all taking the time to be here with us tonight. Welcome. This is our live H.I.T Zoom call, which is an acronym for Health, Income, and Time. And my name is Kammy, and I'm so excited you're joining us tonight. So on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, you'll see a microphone button, and just click it to mute yourself before we start, because we have a wonderful guest as well as myself. We'll share stories about how our lives have changed in regards to our own health, income, and time freedom since Juice Plus. As you listen tonight, there are a few great questions to keep in mind and ask yourself. Are you happy with your health today? Is your health holding you back from what you truly desire in life? Do you wish you had more time, more financial freedom? If you could do anything with your time, what would that be? Are you tired of trading dollars for hours? If your life in 5 years was exactly as it is now in terms of your own health, income, and time, would you be okay with that? Tonight's call is part of our Healthy Living Revolution events this year, which brings me to this thought. Now, how many of you have had New Year's resolutions? And how are they looking so far? And how can one improve their health with just making one simple change every day? So 8 years ago, I was in the midst of my career, and I was extremely stressed out and working long hours. And I was also trying to start a family of my own at that time, and my body was just not keeping a pregnancy to term. We were also eating horribly on the weekends when my young stepson was here. And someone shared Juice Plus with me at that point in my life, and I quickly realized that this technology made it so easy for me to be able to get the nutrition I needed consistently. I was trying to eat a wide variety of fruits and veggies, but to get everything in all year throughout the seasons is almost impossible. I'd flood my body with over-the-counter vitamins, but didn't realize at that point my body wasn't absorbing them anyhow. I saw multiple doctors, and no one could pinpoint what exactly was going on with me. No one could give me an answer on why I was miscarrying, or scarier, if I could ever have a child on my own. I realized then and there health was something I needed to take control of. No doctor really knew the answer. And I soon realized after Juice Plus, I was not getting sick as often, I was making better choices eating-wise, and just had more energy. I also was able to have 3 healthy babies in the span of 4 years with no medical intervention or drugs, after doctors weren't sure I could even have babies at all. I'm so grateful I was introduced to this nutritional breakthrough before those babies. People were dreading their labors when I talked to them, and I actually looked forward to my last one since I was feeling so strong. Kind of like a marathon runner looking forward to a race. I constantly wonder now, what if? And did you know that a large umbilical cord is a biomarker of a healthy pregnancy? And recently, I just wanted to share this study with you. 10 umbilical cords were studied, and the findings were eye-opening. 287 pesticides, including plastic, 217 of them which are toxic to the brain. And no wonder our children's brains aren't working well in the rapid increase in autism. So if we want to reverse this epigenetic change, then there's a solution. When comparing stem cells harvested from pregnancy in a mother who took Juice Plus versus mothers who did not, I am so forever grateful that all 3 of my children received the best nutrition possible for their brain health while in utero they could have. I'm not sure who they'd be if not. I constantly wonder, would they still enjoy reading and learning if I didn't add this extra nutrition while pregnant? And the blood bank normally sees around 80 billion cells, but with the Juice Plus cord blood, they saw over 1 billion stem cells, which is extremely rare. I didn't even know about this research until after I had the babies. So after I started seeing all these results, I introduced these products to my family. And they were so life-changing, and I'll show you guys. You probably saw this picture in the event, but this is my family, and I'll kind of walk you through each person. My husband, he has been able to lower his blood pressure, and he is now completely off medication for his inflamed colon. Now, mind you, it took me 4 years to get him to try it, but after he finally listened to me, and after he was hospitalized for 3 days, he finally was like, okay, I need to change things. My oldest, he's 16 now, has weaned off his allergy and asthma medication. And at one point when we were getting married almost 9 years ago, his asthma was so bad that the doctor said he shouldn't fly with us to Hawaii for our wedding. And so he was on a lot of steroids and all that stuff. So I'm just grateful that his body was able to recover and reduce inflammation. And my 6-year-old's asthma is more controlled now, not as many flare-ups. And mind you, I've been on the product for almost 8 years, but my kids, I didn't know they could take it until after I joined the business 5 years ago, or 3 years ago I joined the business. So I started adding the fruits and veggies into their the chewables, and also sprinkling the capsules in their food. Also with my six-year-old, 2.5 weeks ago, he had his adenoids and tonsils removed, and he recovered pretty quick from the surgery. And I also immediately noticed, since he took a break from eating, he couldn't eat his Juice Plus, and right away his eczema all over his face appeared again. He got it all over his arms. And right after we started putting it back in his food, it's improved again. My 4-year-old daughter has lots of allergies, lots of food allergies. She gets them all over her legs, and it turned into these warts. And obviously not giving her the allergen that causes it, which for her is peanuts, helps reduce it. But the combo of avoidance and the Juice Plus has helped. But over time now, we've also been able to reintroduce some of the things some of the raw veggies and fruit she was allergic to before, because the Juice Plus, the small doses of giving her, it's kind of like when you have airborne allergies. When you get the allergy shot, it's just the allergen, and it's the same thing with food. So she's been able to reintroduce a lot of those foods now. And she wouldn't touch veggies before, and now she'll eat anything. And she loves salads. Her teacher actually is just amazed. She's like, how do you get her to eat all those foods? And so she came to the last Dr. Sears event. Eliza, the youngest, is the only one that has never been on an antibiotic. She is the healthiest because I didn't know the other two I could add it to her food so early. So with her, right when she started eating solids, I added it to her, avocado or whatever, applesauce, whatever she was eating. So she hasn't had as many doctor visits or ear infections. And also she's a really great eater too. My dad, his prediabetes has gone away. He's a healthier weight. And it's just so simple. Even our teenager can handle swallowing these pills. My genetics are flooded with diseases. I don't have a grandparent that lived past 60. And so I feel like I have to take my health in my own hands. And the only way to not turn on these bad genetics is through lifestyle and nutrition. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about what is Juice Plus. So imagine growing all your own produce in your backyard with no chemicals. You go out back and you pick 30 vine-ripened, picked at the peak of perfection, fruits, veggies, and berries like papaya, beets, dates, parsley, kale, cabbage, pomegranate, artichoke, elderberry, and blackcurrant, just to name a few. And who eats that every day? I know I don't. That's why I started taking it. I mean, I was trying, but grind them all up in your blender, seeds, pits, skins, and the whole thing, and then dry them at a very low temperature to protect the nutrients, and pour out all that powdered produce into the capsules or chewables, and that's Juice Plus. It's private farmers, grown chemical-free, non-GMO, no artificial flavors or preservatives, no fillers, higher standards than USDA. It's dairy-free, most researched nutraceutical in the world. There's over 30 clinical studies published in major medical journals proving that it is bioavailable, reduces oxidative stress, free radicals, and reduces inflammation, balances the immune system, repairs DNA damage, improves cardiovascular health, as well as improves hair, skin, and nails. It's NSF certified, better than organic. It's not a cure for anything, remember, but it does help everyone and anyone consistently bridge that gap in the nutrients we need to repair and recover. We have a very simple product line because we want to focus on these and be the best. Capsules and chewables are the flagship product, but we also have the complete shakes, complete bars, and an aeroponics growing system called the Tower Garden, so you can grow your own. Now, I just want to introduce to you our guest. I was going to say first guest, but only guest. I've had the pleasure of knowing Lindsay since I think the first grade. I'm so grateful for being able to reconnect with her after some time through Facebook. And Lindsay has been taking Juice Plus and has been a raving fan since last year. And after learning about the amazing clinical research and unbelievable business opportunity, she decided to join in November of last year. She's a mother of twin boys that are 3 and is a speech pathologist in a skilled nursing facility. She loves spending time with her children, hiking, reading, and cooking healthy, nutritious meals for her family. Lindsay is incredibly passionate about health and nutrition, not just for her patients, but for herself and her loved ones. So Lindsay, why Juice Plus, and what has it done for your family?
Okay. Hi. So, wow. I mean, I could probably spend like all night talking about this, but I'm going to try and keep it really brief for you guys. But before Juice Plus, I was like a perpetually exhausted working mom with 2-year-old twin boys. We had all started getting sick once a month, just like clockwork. And just when we would catch a break and feel good, boom, somebody would come down with something else. I felt like I was drowning. I was killing myself making healthy, natural meals for my family, giving them homemade elderberry syrup, probiotics, fermented cod liver oil, constantly researching and spending money on natural immune boosters. And then I saw Cammy's story about how Juice Plus changed her life, and I thought, I need that. I'm willing to try anything right now. Excuse me. I told myself, I'm not going to Google it. I'm not going to analyze everything about it. I'm just going to trust Kammy, and I'm going to try it. So I started myself on the capsules, and the next month when my kids came down with a cold, I didn't get it. And I didn't change anything. I mean, I still gave them lots of kisses. We shared silverware, straws, cups, and I stayed healthy. And that continued to happen. And soon I felt like I had my life back. I had more energy. I wasn't terrified to leave the house with my kids for fear of catching germs. Soon my whole family was taking them. The trio, actually, the whole, all three, and having a complete shake in the mornings. So that one simple change that we added to our regular routine started this chain reaction for all of us. I didn't have to add all the numerous supplements or vitamins, and it saved me time and money, not to mention stress. I had more energy and time to exercise and be social, which was huge for me because those things had kind of been on pause for so long. I started scheduling play dates and activities for the kids and myself because it almost felt like we had this shield around us. I'm not saying that we never get sick, but the rare times that we do, it's so much more mild and we are fully recovered much faster. My stress level is so much lower. And in turn, this has kind of opened up some new doors for me, not to mention I wasn't missing work anymore due to all these family illnesses. And I ended up getting a promotion to manager, which naturally comes with more responsibilities, but now I kind of feel like I have the tools to handle it. And Juice Plus is a huge part of that. I struggled with inflammation, stomach issues, and a lousy immune system my whole life. I was in 3rd grade carrying around a can of Tums because I would get heartburn all the time. Changing my diet in adulthood helped immensely, but it was a lot of work, and I had to make my own condiments. I could never go out to eat. Once the boys were born, I found that I just couldn't keep up with that all the time. All the prep work, the cost, everything was just too much. And Juice Plus gave that back to me with a fraction of the work involved. So I just take my capsules in the morning, and I try to have a shake. Sometimes I even have 2 because I get really busy at work, and it's so nice to have that option. And it fills the gaps that I'm missing, that I know I'm missing nutritionally in my diet, and it gives me such peace of mind. So naturally, I was really excited about this product and wanted to share it. I mean, I wanted to like shout it from the rooftops and hand it out to strangers in the street. I was so excited about it. And
I know that feeling.
it's truly a gift because you are giving people, you know, health, well-being, peace of mind. I feel like when someone starts taking Juice Plus, they're getting so much more than nutrients. They're getting more time with their family and to do things that they enjoy. And for me, that's kind of the base of the period, like the pyramid of happiness. That's kind of like the bottom chain there. And Juice Plus absolutely gives that to me. It's one of those things that you didn't even realize you're missing until suddenly you're able to do so much more and you're happier to take on more. Without Juice Plus, I wanted to bury my head in the sand. I felt like I was just surviving, which I see now was really no way to live. My daily goal is to be a positive role model for my children on so many levels, and Juice Plus really does help me do that. So as I started sharing with people, Kammy really encouraged me to consider the business aspect of Juice Plus. And my initial goal was just, I wanted to get my family's product for free. I wasn't really concerned with making an income, and mostly I just wanted everyone to be able to experience all these amazing benefits from whole food nutrition. So to be perfectly honest, there's still a lot that I don't even know about the business in terms of structure and income, because I just share my story with people that I see struggling with the same things, like all the other twin moms. And I found that if they decide to try this product, it's kind of win-win. So especially anyone with any kind of autoimmune or inflammation issues, I spent 3 months of my life on the couch with horrible stomach issues. I was unable to eat. I couldn't leave the house. So I know what a gift a healthy body is. And 5 years ago, no doctors could figure out what was wrong. They did an upper GI, and they told me your insides are red, inflamed, and angry, but we have no idea why. So long story short, and completely on my own, I found the problem was a new medication that I had started taking. So of course I stopped taking the medication, but all the damage had been done, and it was a long road of healing my body. And I wish that I had known about Juice Plus then, but it was through this experience that I learned the power of whole food nutrition. I was able to heal my angry, inflamed insides with diet alone, but it was so much work. And now I can continue this journey, but I kind of feel like I have a secret weapon. I was one of those people that would happily take any medication prescribed to me by my doctor, but I was so skeptical of these benefits of changing my diet. It was like I had to hit rock bottom before I was willing to try it. And now I get 30 plus fruits and vegetables added to my diet just by taking my capsules every day, and I don't even need to take any prescription medications anymore. So for me, that has been one of the biggest victories. And I'm just so grateful that I had Kammy in my life when I did, and that she was brave enough to share her story, because that's kind of what gave me the courage to share this with you guys tonight. And I just hope that I can maybe reach one person in the way that she helped me. So thank you guys for listening and letting me share.
Lindsay, that touched my heart. I'm so glad that we reconnected, and this Juice Plus company was able to help you the way it helped us. And she brushed upon the business. Sorry, I'm still like almost gonna cry because that was so. That's why I do this. And this, I mean, I don't do it for the money. I do it for this. And I'm gonna brush upon the business, and it's great that you make money from it. But I just started first to get the discount too, and all 6 of my family members take the products. And I quickly saw myself, just like Lindsay, sharing it to other people and friends just naturally. And I've grown a nice business the past few years, even on months that I don't do much for it and I don't have much time. I'm still getting a paycheck. And I've been at home for 7 years now, stay-at-home mom since my first was born. And like many, I've been struggling to find that balance. And I wanted to stay at home with him, but I was a very successful career woman prior and felt isolated. So through the years, I'd try contracting work. I was an accountant working part-time, but I never felt I could put 100% effort in both, being a mom or an employee. So I became a group fitness instructor, and it's fun and part-time. I still have to be at a certain place at a certain time. And I also started developing issues with my voice. I realized no matter what gigs I try to find that balance, Juice Plus has always been there for me. And there's nothing better than helping someone either with their health or their finances, and that changes their lives. Being patient with people, guiding them, and showing them the research has been so rewarding. For 8 years now, first the product, then the business, and also the community and the friends I have made, life friends. And Juice Plus has always been there for me since I was introduced. It was nice to have that supplemental income, that plan B. I wake up each morning happy to have that freedom to decide, what would I like to do today? It has given me the tools to take naps, play video games, play golf when others are at a 9-to-5 job. I was in corporate America for years, and having to be at my desk right at 8, telling my kids goodnight over the phone just wasn't for me. I'm hoping to travel and see the world when my kids are bigger and bring this business with me. We're in over 20 countries. And what are your dreams? That's what I want you to think about. So it's only $50. It's 100% online. You can work from anywhere. There's no boss. You choose your team you work with. You'll have awesome friends and community, tax benefits. We have the opportunity to receive full benefits, health, vision, dental, chiropractic, long-term care, tuition reimbursement, bonuses, monthly business. And what is the Juice Plus company? We're mission-driven, inspiring healthy living and giving around the world. Over 45 years in health and safety industry. And Juice Plus has been around for 23 years. We've had the same president since day one, Jay Martin. Juice Plus is completely debt-free, and we're known as a company with a heart. Now, we're the largest supporter of St. Jude's, built the Target House, which is a home for families while their children are getting treatment at St. Jude's for up to 3 years. And our goal is to donate 10 million meals of Juice Plus Complete through Volunteers of America. We're donating a Tower Garden to every Boys and Girls Club across the country. And there's also the Children's Health Study, where children 4 and over and also college students can get their products for free under their parents or any sponsoring adult. Our mission is to build a stable and lasting company that will help as many people possible realize their dreams. Now, what after this Zoom call has ended? Well, you can choose to do nothing, and tomorrow will be the same as yesterday, and that's totally fine, and we're still your friends, and it's still fine. I'm just glad you listened tonight. You can choose to add our products, and we will do a happy dance for you. Lindsay will do one. I'll do one. We will be so excited for you to start experiencing the benefits. And maybe you heard something tonight about the business. Maybe it's being part of our community. Maybe you could use a little extra income or more. Or maybe you just want to be part of our mission of inspiring healthy living around the world. No matter what you choose, we are going to be happy for you. And we thank you for listening tonight. And get with the person who invited you to see what the next best step is for you. I want to talk to you about a few things coming up. Next week, we're going to have our Tower Garden guru, Dwayne McCarthy, speak. He's amazing. I hope you can join us. And then the following week, we're going to have Darnell Neely, who is also a healer by food. You're going to love both of these male guests. So I'm so super excited for it. And we have a lot of events around the country led by health professionals. So get with the person who invited you if you're interested in learning more. And I thank you so much. It was so great to have you on tonight.
I'm going to unmute everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. That was amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
ladies.
Very great call.
Thanks, Lindsay.
That was a really good call.
And 2 guys, ladies and 2 guys. Welcome, JR. I think this is JR's first big Zoom.
Awesome. We'll have him join next week with the men. Yes. All right.
It's nice having the guys on board.
It is.
It is.
I'm still working my husband to be in the business, but we'll see.
We need more guys.
You know, it's surprising. Sometimes guys have something to add to the process. It's
Absolutely.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good
Bye. Have a great week.
You too.
Kammy, you crack me up every time. You're like, I'd have more time to play video games.
That's my whole life. I beat Mario this week, so.